Hey everybody, what is going on? I am Maximus Rex. This is Big Baby Reviews. Check out my comics Big Baby and Star Crasher at KingComics.CA. Check out my other videos. King Comics 2021 is my YouTube channel. Check me out on Instagram, MaximusRex13, and Facebook, MaxRex and or Big Baby. Today, guys, is Erik Larsen Day. It's Saturday. Hope you're having a great weekend. We are looking at issue 23 of The Savage Dragon, cover dated October 1995. And basically what we got here is a showdown on the cover between two femme fatales from the series. We've got the She-Hulk and Rapture. We've got tons of Erik Larsen style Kirby crackle, lots of crackling energy as well, and just a very powerful looking cover. And I think the colors are pretty well chosen here as well. I've probably talked about this quite a few reviews ago where I thought the covers were too dark and the background colors generally too dark. We're in and around here, last issue and this issue, maybe early 20. But anyways, from this point on, I feel like the coloring just adjusts and the contrast is just about perfect and they're just bright enough and stuff. And they look great. So all the use of a, like kind of a magenta pinkish here with the reflection from the energy, I think works really well on this kind of double lit part of her body here. You're getting some of that similar reflection on the green here, but it's going more to you know, it's mixing with the green, creating that extra lighter tone right there. Yeah, just great coloring job, I think, on this cover to bring about and really make obvious that energy effect and the lighting on their faces and stuff. I think it looks great. All right, so a lot of subplots come to a fore here. Before I get into that, Erik Larsen, creator, writer, penciler, inker, Chris Eliopoulos, letterer, Ruben Rude, Antonia Cole, colorists, and that's where we're going to stop. So, She-Dragon, still somehow trying to impress Dragon and become part of the police force to help out. She's found these gloves, call them power gloves if you will, kids of the 90s, you know, the Nintendo derivative product you could buy that was total shit, to be honest. I had one and it sucked. I spent more time running around with my power glove, you know, in my hand, running around pretending it had, you know, just imagining it had some sort of power that I could fly with it and stuff. Anyways, as a kid, of course, not today. So she's trying out her new gloves and just discovering that they're obviously very strong. Destroying, I think, is that a water tower? It sure looks like one, and then all of a sudden turns to rubble. So yeah, destroying people's water supplies is always going to bring, you know, empathy for you. So yeah, it's an odd choice. So here it's revealed that Officer Dragon is missing, and they don't know where he is. We will find him, of course, they say. Rapture's obviously very despondent because, if you remember last issue, she shooed Dragon away basically after kind of an altercation, a lover's kind of thing, and a situation that led to her just not wanting Dragon to come into the apartment. She kind of prepared the scene and everything got wrecked, so she's like, another night. And that's basically when Dragon was taken off, if you remember last review, by the Fiend, who basically, to bring you up to speed if you haven't seen it, broke all of his bones, kind of beat the crap out of him, knows he's going to heal all crooked, right, as it was established a few issues ago. If you don't break the bones or set them at the right time, he's going to heal all crooked. And she threw him inside of a smokestack at some sort of industrial site. So I'm not exactly sure what that's about. And, you know, I guess he's going to be stuck in there. We're going to see in this issue. Gotta say, this shot here, bring attention to it, this down shot, always hard to do. Someone sitting down, some kind of standing up, you know, all that. The wood flooring, I think, is genius. Just the pattern that he's using here that's very quick and efficiently drawn, but just is perfect for that wood pattern. Good job. A lot of panels, a lot of text. Every bubble, though, you know, if you're going to do a page with a lot of dialogue, keep every bubble short. Like, what's smart with Erik Larsen is that, you know, you keep the eye moving. So every sentence almost is a new bubble rather than being one big bubble with lots of sentences. And he spreads it out, and it keeps the eye moving, keeps the page moving, and keeps the action moving too. So Overlord is dead. My time has come. The vicious circle is without a leader. So what you're going to have basically is a power vacuum, and a lot of these super freaks that we know about up until this issue of Savage Dragon 23 are going to be kind of vying for position and to become the new Overlord, basically. So She-Dragon, I always love this shot here. The body language of it, I think, is done very well, very natural, even though she's kind of a very muscular woman with huge boobs. And in this case, big hands, big gloves. I still feel like the tilt of the hips and stuff is just very naturalistic and very well done. So she's basically trying to help out the police force, and they're just not having it. I marvel at the shot of Rapture here. I'll say why. It's just, I feel like there might be just a little bit of photo reference involved in this to get the correct boob angle, as weird as that sounds. I could be wrong. You know, Eric Larson's pretty damn good, so I don't know. Sometimes his lady fingers end up looking a little bit old when he draws too much knuckles on them. But that's the thing, when you draw a character really up close and really big, you got to add more detail to a certain extent somehow. You got to find a way. And just all of a sudden, the drawing becomes very illustrative and very hatched. So that's why I say maybe some photo reference for the shadows, at least, in the hatching. But I think it works pretty well here. Like, as a bridge between a more realistic style and Eric Larson's kind of regular style that he's using here. I think it works. The radial coloring here with the breaks being a little more obvious in the different color tones when you really pay attention to it is a little weird. But again, when you're scanning pages real quick, you don't notice it. But yeah, this thing ends up kind of looking like a jawbreaker. You know, when you were a kid, those big jawbreakers, I didn't particularly get into that fad, but I remember kids would walk around with a big jawbreaker and start licking it, and you would start kind of licking the same spot. That's kind of what that looks like to me there. One of those jawbreakers with different colors inside. If anyone remembers that from the 90s. All right, so our first clue to what's going on with the Savage Dragon, and he's just mangled. His fingers are all over the place. Clearly his arm's all broken up. He's got some ribs sticking out, it looks like here. So pretty horrific, and smart to do it in a silhouette because you can get through it a little bit faster deadline-wise. And also keep the mystery and not reveal too much right away. If you or just keep it in the mind's eye as well, right? People imagining what's going on here maybe is worse than what's actually drawn. So he's trying to figure out where he is, right? Because he doesn't really know, but he's in that smokestack. All right, so She-Hulk and Rapture here just has had enough of her, and I guess shocks her and bitch slaps her with some electricity, basically. Again, I'm going to say I think the colors are the best they've looked so far in this series. They're really looking good. You know, just bright enough for a comic, superhero comic book series. Good contrast, good use of computer coloring where it's not too obvious, I guess is what I'd say. And then, yeah, he's really milking that kind of Sin City thing. And is that a stat? Is he reusing the same drawing there? I'm curious. May have reused part of it. No, it seems redrawn. Maybe he just used the same basic sketch. But yeah, he's Sin City styling it here, and I think that works really well. Looks really good. The verticality, obviously, because he's caught in the smokestack, is shows you how dire his situation is. Oh, the Savage Dragon Madman pinup by Mike Allred. I gotta say, a little disappointed with Mike Allred on this one. I usually like his art, but I don't know if it's the printing of this image or what he used to ink it, or if that's, some of this texture here. I don't know exactly what's going on, but it's just not, it's a little bit blurry. There's just something going on that I don't like. It's not as clean and clear as usual Mike Allred art is. And it's not that the Savage Dragon he draws is that bad. I kind of like it overall. But the fin is just way off. It's just horrible looking. It's, not working at all. So, sorry, Allred. Usually like your stuff, but... Oh, this dart. Did I mention it? I got to start looking for this. This artist, I don't know exactly who he is. I got to remember to look for this because I think the art looks pretty good. There'll be another ad either in this comic or maybe in the next issue of Savage Dragon. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll mention it again because his art just, there's something to it that I really enjoy. It's got a bit of a Bart Sears energy, but just kind of better, cartoonier, more movement. I don't know how to describe it, but... And then, of course, She-Hulk comes back with her big gloves, and we've got, a fight between her and Rapture. And I always marvel, I don't want to get too weird about the crotch areas and stuff, but I mean, Eric Larson is pretty darn good at just drawing the female body overall from pretty much any angle, just like he is for the male body. He's just really good at foreshortening and drawing the figure from all the multiple different angles you could draw it from. Just a master. This whole page in these small little, action shots a la Jack Kirby a little bit, just prove that from any angle, right? Up shot, down shot, all looks good. again, the coloring here is just at the right level. You know, it's a little bit overblown, it's a little bit crazy, but I think it works for the shot here. And maybe a little much on this page. The blue for the sky, I kind of interferes with the purple here. Like the values are similar, so not quite as much separation between foreground and background here. But again, I marvel at the art because it's always stellar. The texture on Rapture's kind of nighty superhero costume, you know. The mohawk on She-Dragon here. I want to say She-Hulk all the time. I mean, it's a twist on the same concept, basically. And yeah, so most of this issue, like I said, the Savage Dragon is shown only in silhouette, which is clever because it's leading to a big reveal, right? So we get a bit of it here where we're like, oh my god, something's off with Dragon's face. And then we get the reveal at the end of the issue, which is pretty darn awesome to see kind of Dragon and his body all mangled and healed up in weird, odd positions. I definitely feel some sort of Simon Bisley kind of inspiration here. I don't know if this is around the time that he was doing Body Count or something, but Larson, I have to think, took some inspiration from Simon Bisley in kind of this mangled interpretation of Savage Dragon. There's just something in the face, the stark shadow and stuff, and some of the textures even back here and just the way it's drawn, which, you know, because he's mangled, that you know, quick, frenetic, kind of odd Bisley line would work for this kind of thing, right? And it clearly does. It's just, again, this is a very successful last page of comic, and so you're like, oh my god, Dragon, what's going on, right? And yeah, just such a Bisley vibe on this page. I wonder if the rain is digital or if he's doing the old people would use a razor blade right on top of the black ink there. So I'd be curious to know what he's doing there. I don't know. What's the best way to do rain? Answer in the comments below. This one, almost like Savage Dragon, it looks more like a football player than anything else I find here. Kind of an odd look. That's a pretty cool shot there. Whoever drew that. Very nice. It's almost like a slight Dale Keown vibe to maybe just the hatching up here. Pretty cool. X-Ray Boy searches for Don Simpson's Bizarre Heroes. Okay, don't know what that's all about. Do like Don Simpson, generally though. All right, guys, there you have it. That is the end of my review for the Savage Dragon issue number 23. If you're still subscribed and you're still watching, thank you so much. I appreciate you being there. If you're watching but you're not subscribed, please do so below. It only takes a second. Really quick for you. Helps the channel grow. Helps get us out there to other people who are into comic books just like we are. So everyone out there, thank you so much for watching once again, and have an awesome day. King Comics presents Big Baby, Volume 1, Issues 1 to 13. 204 pages of story and art. King Comics also presents Star Crasher one-shot, 32 pages, cosmic sci-fi surrealist adventure. You can find these fine comics at KingComics.CA, at MaximusRex13 on Instagram, or on Facebook, MaxRex or Big Baby.
Like! Subscribe!